Welcome to Cornerstone Credit Union's 16th Annual General Meeting. I am Heidi Schofer, Chair of Cornerstone Credit Union's Board of Directors and the chairperson for this year's Annual General Meeting. I would like to open by acknowledging that the communities served by Cornerstone Credit Union are on the traditional lands referred to as Treaty 4 and Treaty 6 territories, the original lands of many First Nations and the traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect and honor the treaties that were made on all territories. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we are committed to move forward in partnership with Indigenous nations in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Tonight, I would like to welcome all members and guests, fellow credit unions, and MNP. Thank you for joining us virtually. We have made the decision to continue with a virtual AGM format as it offers the best opportunity for all members to attend, given the geographic footprint of Cornerstone. Rather than having members come to us, we are coming to you. Corvin Neufeld, our Chief People and Governance Officer, will be our moderator for the meeting. For this meeting, we will be following Robert's Rules of Order. All participants are muted during the meeting. We will be using the question and answer function for participants who wish to ask questions. Type your question into the Q&A, and our moderator will be watching for the questions to come in. You would begin by selecting the Q&A icon to enter your question. If you do not see these buttons, you may need to change your screen to full screen mode. Questions pertaining to the end agenda items will be answered as they come in. We will be responding to general questions at the end of the meeting. If you wish to speak to your question, please type unmute in the Q&A, and we will make sure you have the opportunity to do so. If you have a question and cannot access the Q&A button on your screen, please email memberfeedback@cornerstonecu.com, the email that you see on the current screen. Your question may not be answered during this meeting. However, we will respond to you in a timely manner. Tonight, the motions will be made during the meeting using the raise hand function by selecting show reactions in the meeting controls and then select raise your hand. Our moderator will receive a notification that your hand is raised. He will acknowledge the first hand up as the mover and the seconder, and would like to remind all of those attending tonight that only members of Cornerstone Credit Union may move or second motions. So again, the first hand he sees will be the mover, the second hand raised will be the seconder, and only members may make those motions. Once motions are made, we will call for a negative vote. Calling for a negative motion means that I will be asking if anyone is opposed to the motion. If you are opposed to a motion, please use your raise hand function. Using this type of voting protocol allows for a clearer and more efficient process for moving through the required motions in a virtual setting. We will give approximately 15 seconds for each motion to allow time for anyone who might be opposed to indicate that opposition. At this time, are there any questions on the voting process or regarding the Teams function? As an example, if you have a question now, you would use the Q&A function. So while we're just waiting to see if anyone has questions, we'd like to share that tonight we are branches from A to Y. We have branches located in Arcola, Emerald Park, Grenfell, Indian Head, Ituna, Kelleher, Kipling, Malville, Momart, Rose Valley, Tisdale, Wolseley, Wynyard, and Yorkton. All we need is the Z. We hope to have attendees from each and every one of those locations with us tonight. Mr. Moderator, have any questions come in?
There are no questions.
Okay, hearing none. Mr. Neufeld, can you please provide the attendance numbers for tonight's meeting?
We have 98 members and 9 non-members in attendance.
Thank you. This meets the established quorum for the annual meeting as set out in the bylaws for Cornerstone Credit Union. I will now call the meeting to order at 5:20 p.m. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda as presented? And while we're waiting, we'd just like to share that Cornerstone Credit Union in 2023 was proud to support over 450 community groups and organizations. And we look forward to supporting more organizations in 2024. Mr. Moderator, have any additions or changes come in?
No.
Hearing none, I will ask for a mover and a seconder to approve the agenda as presented.
The agenda is approved by Cassidy Saskowski and seconded by Quentin Martins.
Anyone opposed to the motion?
There are none opposed.
Motion is carried. I would now ask for a motion to appoint myself, Heidi Schofer, as chair for tonight's AGM and to appoint Carissa Arve as the recording secretary. May I have a mover and a seconder for that motion?
Moved by Fred Schrader and seconded by Darlene Malik.
Thank you. Anyone opposed to the motion?
There are none opposed.
Motion carried. Your directors are the governance structure of Cornerstone, and the staff are our operational structure. Our job as directors in the role of governance is to ensure Cornerstone is creating and protecting value for our members. As a board, we are responsible for Cornerstone's strategic oversight, business direction, and the supervision of management of the credit union. We place our members' interests at the core of every decision that is made to ensure financial stewardship and sustainability. Ultimately, as your Cornerstone Credit Union board members, we are responsible to each of you. And I would like to introduce our member-elected 2023 board. Myself, Heidi Schofer, as your board chair, Lyle Wickel as the vice chair, Nicole Campbell, Sue Kearns, Ty Carrick, James Knudsen, Shelby LaRose, Robert Ross, Edie Tarasoff, Tim Taylor, and Blair Van Cassel. The board is accountable to ensure that management is carrying out their responsibilities, and Cornerstone Credit Union is very fortunate to have an experienced and dedicated executive management team to oversee the operations of your credit union within the context of the strategies and policies approved by your board. The board has confidence in the executive management team's abilities to lead Cornerstone. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our team of Doug Jones, CEO, Jody Chambers, Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer, Lee Dunn, Chief Risk Officer, Brian Ferber, Chief Finance Officer, Corvin Neufeld, Chief People and Governance Officer, and Murray Yaden, Chief Operations and Member Experience Officer. The 2023 annual meeting minutes were posted on our Cornerstone Credit Union website for review. You also would have received an email upon registering for tonight's webinar that included links to the AGM meeting materials, which would have included the minutes of last year's AGM for your review. At this time, I will ask for a mover and a seconder to approve the minutes of the 2023 annual meeting as presented.
Brian Ferber moves and Kevin Lukey seconds.
Anyone opposed to the motion?
There are none opposed.
Motion is carried. I previously introduced our CEO, Doug Jones, and I would now like to turn the meeting over to Doug to provide our 2023 operational highlights. Doug?
Thank you, Heidi, and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. As always, I am pleased to represent our team of people we call the Cornerstone crew today. 2023 was another busy and productive year overall for our credit union. As always, we've captured highlights of the year in our annual report and once again produced a year in review video, which we would like to share with you now.
Cornerstone Credit Union is a full-service financial institution located in eastern Saskatchewan that's owned and led by you, our member. The advice and solutions we offer are driven by your goals and needs because you are our most important stakeholder. It's the reason our doors opened over 80 years ago and why more than 36,000 people continue to choose us today. Our purpose is to empower you to succeed in life and business. Our vision is to use our profits to improve the financial well-being of the members, employees, and communities we serve. Our values include member first, integrity, accountability, leadership, and cooperation. These values reflect who we are as a credit union and guide us in our interactions every day. As a member-owned institution, your needs, your goals, and your voice are what matter most to us. You are our foundation. With this at the forefront of our decision-making, we're pleased to present you with our 2023 Year in Review highlights. Cornerstone is among the 5 largest credit unions in Saskatchewan, with close to $2.5 billion in managed assets and 271 employees helping you to achieve financial success. Our members can bank anytime, anywhere. We have ways to bank that will fit you just right, whether that's in person at a branch, online, through our mobile app, or over the phone through our contact center that's open evenings and Saturdays. In 2023, our contact center took approximately 85,000 calls. The average wait time for callers was under 30 seconds. Try getting that wait time at a big bank. When you use our contact center, it's like you're visiting a branch, except you don't have to leave the house. Our advisors are here to take care of almost any business you do in person. 2023 was another very busy but productive year for Cornerstone. Coming out of the past few years that included a pandemic and merger, 2023 provided more stability, which allowed us to focus on investments and activities necessary to meet member expectations for advice and service, how, when, and where you want. We updated hours in most of our branches, bringing consistency for an improved member experience. We're investing in rural agri-food tech. Agriculture is the cornerstone of rural eastern Saskatchewan, and with the global population growing, our farm community has a real opportunity to boost our economy while helping to feed the world. Technology will be critical to increasing production. Agri-food tech activity so far is largely concentrated in Saskatoon and Regina, but Cornerstone plans to help develop ag tech opportunities right here in rural eastern Saskatchewan. We will share more on our plans in the coming months after consulting with ag producers and agribusiness throughout the region. We continue to improve your member experience through enhanced digital functionality. An added feature in 2023 was debit card management, where you can lock and unlock your debit card through the mobile app or online banking. While there was some improvement to our digital banking platform in 2023, that investment will be ongoing, and we will continue to work with our supplier to improve your experience. We introduced self-serve appointment booking to our members. You can now go to our website to book an appointment with your advisor, making it more convenient to schedule and book when it works for you. You'll also get reminders of your appointment and can reschedule or cancel when plans change. We're committed to improving member experience through proactive, needs-based advice and solutions. Aligned to our member experience goals, we increased our volume of proactive member contact in 2023 and implemented a new financial advice process we call the Member First Review. Member First is part of our values. We are about people. We listen to understand each person's story. This Member First Review allows you to tell your own unique story so we can provide the right advice to assist you on your financial journey. We will continually work to improve our ability to meet or exceed member expectations and are proud to see positive trends within our member satisfaction survey results in 2023. With the same dedication we have to serve you, our wealth management partner, Thrive Wealth Management, has a team of experts to guide you with more complex advisory needs, including investment and retirement planning, estate and legacy planning, farm and business succession planning, and wealth protection. Whether planning for your family's future, considering your investment options, or working on your nest egg, we have an experienced and professional team to advise you every step along the way. Despite rising costs of additional investments in new expertise and technology, our efforts for merger and branch restructuring over these past few years have allowed Cornerstone to enjoy another successful year financially and position us well for the future. Total assets under administration by the credit union at December 31st, 2023 were $2.45 billion, up from the prior year total of $2.29 billion. As with any financial institution, lending and credit quality is a key risk area for Cornerstone. Delinquency greater than 90 days was 0.79% of loans at December 31st, 2023, a 0.13% increase when compared to the prior year. Profitability in 2023 was better than anticipated as a result of further unexpected rate hikes, improving our net interest margins, and managing operating costs below budget. This resulted in a profit before taxes of $10.61 million and a return on average assets of 0.53%. A primary measure of financial strength of any financial institution is its capital position. Cornerstone's capital position remains strong, with a total eligible capital ratio of 14.96%. As we move into 2024, we know there are both opportunities and challenges ahead. The financial performance of our credit union is directly impacted by what's going on around us. The economic and business climate in Saskatchewan and abroad, heightened competition, new market entrants, and a potential recession are issues we continue to face. We will continue to focus on controlling operating costs and finding efficiencies. We feel that we are well positioned to weather a short-term downturn in the economy and will continue to invest in technology and expertise along with competitive solutions to provide additional value to our members. By choosing to bank with Cornerstone, you're also choosing to give back and support the community and causes that matter to you. In 2023, we invested over $280,000 back into our communities through sponsorships and donations. This total includes funding to our major community investment program, Project Cornerstone. 2023 was a milestone year for Project Cornerstone, making an even bigger impact in our communities. With an abundance of deserving projects needing support in our region, we increased the total funding amount to $100,000, a new single-year high. Community involvement is rooted in our organization and culture. Our employees showed this commitment with over 7,100 hours of personal volunteer time to local community groups, organizations, and events. Employees volunteered countless hours of company time locally as well. Our investment in rural agri-food tech initiatives is intended to boost economic growth right here within the rural eastern Saskatchewan communities we serve. We strive to be an employer of choice, and we're once again recognized as one of Saskatchewan's top employers, which is a special designation that recognizes Saskatchewan employers that lead their industries in offering exceptional places to work. 2023 is the 7th consecutive year and 8th time overall that Cornerstone has received this designation. While we are very proud to be named one of Saskatchewan's top employers, we're most proud of our people. Our strength and success would not be possible without the support of all key stakeholders. Thank you to our Board of Directors for your continued leadership and guidance to place Cornerstone in a position to be successful in the future. To our employees, the Cornerstone crew, thank you for your devotion and commitment over this past year, and for your continued dedication to our members and communities. And thank you to our members. Thank you for your support. You are at the heart of everything we do, and you're the reason we come to work every day. We are proud to be your credit union. The well-being of our members, particularly your financial well-being, is at the heart of everything we do at Cornerstone. The advice and solutions we offer are driven by your goals and needs because you are our most important stakeholder. Call us or go online to book an appointment today. Together, we'll set you up for financial success. Thank you, and we look forward to working with all of you in 2024.
My presentation this evening will repeat some of the information from the video. However, believe it is important to cover key highlights from our 2023 annual report, which has also been available on our website for your review for the past few weeks. As said and shared within our annual report, 2023 was a very successful year for your credit union, despite all the continued disruption in the world and in our economy. Continued inflation and rising interest rates have impacted many of our members, and it will continue to impact our credit union. Management is pleased with the efforts of our advisors who increased the volume of proactive outreach to members this past year in an effort to understand your needs and offer financial solutions to meet those needs. I would now like to reference the information on page 19 of the annual report. Here you will see that we met or exceeded 13 of 16 performance measures within our 2023 balanced scorecard. As the video confirmed, we continue to be recognized as a top employer in Saskatchewan and met our goal in one of our 2 measures from our employee survey. We set high standards in these measures, and we're extremely proud of our Cornerstone crew who continue to learn and grow within a fast-changing industry. While the survey results are generally positive, we are committed to continuous improvement in the overall employee experience. In order to free up time for advisors to conduct outreach and offer proactive needs-based advice, we need to take steps to simplify how we do things. Therefore, we had 2 simplification measures in 2023. One included specific process improvement projects, and the other related to improving our use of data for quicker, more effective decision-making, as well data to support advice to you, our members. We were pleased to exceed the subjective goals set for these 2 measures in 2023. Our results for overall member satisfaction within the annual member survey showed continued improvement and exceeded our goal for 2023. Similar to employee experience, we are always working to improve, and the feedback from you within this survey helps us know where things are going well and where we need to be better. We established a project in 2023 to research branch designs, and the completion of that research was the minimum work that we achieved last year. That research will be used to guide potential branch investments in the future. Any material investment will require a business case to be taken to the board of directors for consideration and approval. We added a project partway through 2023, and as shared within the video, we're very pleased to have launched self-serve appointment booking this past year. We're pleased and proud to partner with Saskatchewan-based Coconut Calendar to launch their professional online booking application. This has been popular and effective so far. Also shared within our video, we launched our new Member First review process, and we're able to achieve the subjective benchmark setting goals for that process in 2023. Our advisors made a strong effort to increase proactive outreach to members, exceeding the goals set this past year. These were new measures for 2023, and we will learn from the results to continually improve our member experience efforts. We're pleased that we were able to reestablish the positive trend in our penetration of wealth management relationships this past year. While we fell short of our 10% goal, we continue to have higher than average penetration in comparison to our national peers. We're very pleased to partner with Thrive Wealth Management as a valuable contributor to our business and an important advice channel for you, our members. Financially, we had another strong year in 2023, again, as the video said. We exceeded all 6 profitable growth measures within our scorecard. We've been measuring productivity now for the past 2 years and are pleased to see continuous improvement and strong results against the 2 productivity measures. These have and will continue to require significant effort to sustain given inflationary and competitive pressures on our business. Profitability, as measured by return on assets, exceeded our budgeted goal. I do want to refer you to the profit chart on page 25 of the annual report, where you will notice quite a variation in 2023's profits from 2022. In 2022, it far exceeded results in prior years and also 2023. It's a reminder to our members that in 2022, we had a pretty unique year at Cornerstone, as we received a substantial dividend coming from the sale of Concentra Bank, as did all Saskatchewan credit unions, which accounted for that one-time significant year-over-year variance in profitability. Returning back to page 19 and the remaining profitable growth measures, We achieved lower than budgeted expenses, and of course, lower is better when measuring expenses. We far exceeded our assets under management growth, worked very hard at that, and we're very proud of the team's effort in this area, as our growth was amongst the best when compared to our provincial peers. Finally, delinquency remains stable and well below industry tolerance. As said in previous years, we are in the lending business and work hard to balance being flexible for members with maintaining a reasonable risk tolerance that meets regulatory expectations and keeping delinquency within those tolerances. That covers our measurements for success for 2023. And again, Cornerstone had another successful year. I'm pleased to refer you to page 29 of the annual report, where you will find the clean audit opinion from our independent auditors at MNP. I'm going to turn you back over to Heidi shortly for her final comments before we go to any questions. However, before doing so, I once again want to thank our board of directors for their guidance and direction over this past year. To our great team of employees, the Cornerstone crew, thank you again for your tremendous effort this past year. Our people really are our best and most important asset. Finally, to our members, thank you for supporting your credit union. You are the reason we come to work every day, and we will continue to work hard to help you succeed in your life, on your farm, or in your business. Thank you. I'll now turn you back to Heidi.
Thank you, Doug. Well, first and foremost, I want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you, the members, for your continued support and loyalty to Cornerstone Credit Union. You are ultimately the reason we exist, and your needs and goals are at the forefront of everything we do. And tonight, I want to take a moment to reflect on more than just our financial performance. And while the financials are very important and show our strength and stability, there are key investments that we have made, and I think they deserve some recognition. So one of our most important investments is in our employees, and our dedicated and talented team is the backbone of our organization. They work tirelessly to provide you with exceptional service and advice, and they truly embody the values of member first, integrity, accountability, leadership, and cooperation. And we are very proud to have been recognized as one of Saskatchewan's top employers for the 7th consecutive year, as announced in the video. The board is proud of our Cornerstone crew and the work they put into making Cornerstone a place people want to come to work. And we will continue to invest in our employees' growth and development to ensure our crew can continue to serve you, the members. And another significant investment we have made is in the agri-food tech industry, also introduced in the video. We believe that Eastern Saskatchewan has the potential to be a leader in agricultural innovation, and the board is committed to supporting the development of a rural ag tech ecosystem focused on agriculture, food, and technology. This investment will not only benefit our members, but also contribute to the growth and prosperity of our communities and the entire region. In closing, I also want to express my gratitude to my fellow board of directors. It is a joy to work with all of you and our dedicated employees as you serve our members. You are very good at what you do. And lastly, thank you to our valued members. It is the reason we do what we do, and we're glad that you joined us this evening. Your trust and support are what drive us to continually improve and provide you with the best possible service and advice. With that, are there any questions on the 2023 financial statements or the operational highlights as presented by Doug for Cornerstone Credit Union? And as a reminder, we will refer general questions to the end of the meeting. At this time, we will answer questions pertaining to the annual report, the operational highlights, and the financial statements.
Madam Chairperson, I have one question from Kevin.
Go ahead.
This is directed at Doug. At this time, do you have any further update on the investment in the Rural Agri-Food Tech Initiative for the membership?
Thanks for the question. I would say no. The only update I can really provide is we have hired a director of rural tech activation, so a full-time person that's going to lead this initiative, and that individual's mandate in the early going is to be out talking to a lot of people. He's done a lot of interviews internally and is now out talking to farmers, and really to find out what are the opportunities that there are out there for Cornerstone to help develop that ag tech ecosystem here rurally. So more to come once really a plan of action is developed based on that research that's expected to wrap up by the end of the second quarter, and then we will work on the plan forward after that.
Thank you for that question, Mr. Lukey. And while we're waiting for any further questions, I did speak about our employees, and I think it's really important to share that in 2023, we recognized 670 years of service by our employees at the annual Long Service Recognition Awards. And our longest serving award was given to an employee who was given 45 years to the credit union system. So that just goes to show how much our employees enjoy what they do, enjoy serving you, the members. As we wait to see if there's any more questions, I'd also like to share the involvement that Cornerstone has in our community. We raised over $18,000 at our community barbecues this June. So if you were one of the members who attended and contributed, we'd like to thank you. The funds raised went to local community causes that matter to each of you and your communities, and the support was phenomenal. And just so that you know that those local causes were chosen by the staff at your local branches. So thank you again. Any other questions, Mr. Moderator?
There are no further questions at this time.
At this time, we'll ask for a motion to accept the reports, which will include the auditor's report and the summarized and full financial statements as presented. So a mover and seconder for those reports, please.
That was moved by Casey Schroth and seconded by Larry Malinowski.
Thank you. Anyone opposed to the motion?
There are none opposed.
Motion carried. At this time, I will now call on the Chair of the Finance and Audit Committee, Director Blair Van Castile, to present the board recommendation for the appointment of external auditors.
Good day. The Finance and Audit Committee's purpose is to ensure an independent review of the credit union's operations on areas deemed necessary to maintain the integrity of the financial data, adequacy of internal controls, and adhere to the requirements of the Credit Union Act of 1998, the Credit Union Regulations of 1999, the Credit Union Insurance Business Regulations, the Standards of Sound Business Practice, and the International Financial Reporting Standards. As part of this role, the committee receives regular financial reporting from management, including monitoring results of all financial risks of the credit union. We also work with MMP LLP, our external auditors, to ensure that we have an independent evaluation of the credit union's operations and can rely on management's assessments. The Finance and Audit Committee is satisfied with the 2023 audit engagement from MMP LLP and recommend their appointment for 2024. As a member of the Finance and Audit Committee, I move that MMP LLP be appointed as the external auditor of Cornerstone Credit Union for the 2024 year.
Blair Van Castile has so moved. Can we have a seconder, please?
Judy Weering seconds.
Thank you. Anyone opposed to the motion?
There are none opposed.
Motion carried. Thank you, Blair. I would now like to call on the Chair of the People and Governance Committee, Director James Knudsen, to provide the results of our director elections.
Thank you, Heidi. Applications for nominations to the Board of Directors were accepted from January 22nd to February the 9th. There were a total of 5 positions up for election this year. 3 positions were open in District 1 which encompasses Tisdale, Rose Valley, Wynyard, Kelleher, Ituna, and Yorkton. One position was open for District 2, which encompasses Emerald Park, Indian Head, Kipling, Momart, Vibank, and Arcola. District 3 had one opening, which encompasses Melville, Grenfell, and Wolseley. I will now turn it back over to Heidi for a motion of the results.
So we have the following motion: that it be confirmed that the election of James Knudsen and Robert Ross to the office of Director of Cornerstone Credit Union for District 1 for a 3-year term by acclamation. That it be confirmed that the election of Jan Morrison to the office of Director of Cornerstone Credit Union for District 1 for a 2-year term by acclamation. That it be confirmed that the election of Lyle Wickel to the office of Director of Cornerstone Credit Union for District 2 for a 3-year term by acclamation. That it be confirmed that the election of Heidi Schofer to the office of Director of Cornerstone Credit Union for District 3 for a 3-year term by acclamation. James, as chair, will you so move?
Yes, I will.
And a seconder, please.
That is seconded by Raquel Dobransky.
Anyone opposed to the motion?
There are none opposed.
Thank you. Motion is carried. And congratulations. On behalf of the Board of Directors, we thank each candidate for volunteering to let their name stand. And your fellow directors look forward to working with you and contributing towards the continued success of Cornerstone. Also, on behalf of the board, I would like to thank Leanne Huvenars for her years of service as District 1. Jan Morrison is joining as the new director for District 1, and we would like to welcome her to the board of Cornerstone Credit Union. Cornerstone's board of directors and executive management are recommending an adoption of an at-large representation model for the election of directors. In this type of model, members of the board of directors are elected by the whole membership. All members would be eligible to elect all members of the board of directors. There would be no restrictions or limitations on where potential directors could reside or who they represent, and no restrictions on who members can vote for. Our current method of elections has our directors elected as representatives for one of 3 geographic regions, as you saw in the previous slide. District 1 is comprised of Ituna, Kelleher, Rose Valley, Tisdale, Wynyard, and Yorkton. District 2 is Arcola, Emerald Park, Indian Head, Kipling, Momart, and Vibank. District 3 has Grenfell, Melville, and Wolseley. Only the members residing in each of those districts is eligible to vote for their district representative. The importance of strong corporate governance has grown as credit unions become increasingly complex. We are regulated by the Credit Union Deposit Guarantee Corporation, or CUDG, which also guarantees 100% of your member deposits. The regulator expects credit unions to place greater emphasis on ensuring directors have the collective skills, background, and experience to oversee credit union operations in an increasingly complex and changing landscape. As Cornerstone Credit Union continues to grow, so does the need for a diverse board with skills, background, and experience to oversee the evolution of Cornerstone. The board of directors and management believe an at-large model of director representation best positions our credit union to achieve this expectation. The at-large model provides the ability to elect candidates from a wider pool of diverse experiences, competencies, and skills without the limitations of a geographic or district model. It is simple and easy to understand for future governance. While an at-large model doesn't guarantee regional representation, it does provide the greatest opportunity to attract directors with the diverse skills, experience, and expertise needed to provide effective corporate governance. A 3-year transition period to fully implement the at-large model will be used to ensure board continuity and prevent significant board turnover. As a director's term expires, new candidates will be elected using the at-large approach. In 2025, 4 directors will be elected at large, with the remaining 8 directors continuing to represent their respective regions. In 2026, 4 more directors will be elected at large, and in 2027, the remaining 4 will again be elected at large. So at this time, I will call for a mover and a seconder to make the motion to approve the amended bylaws as presented.
Quentin Martins moves and Kevin Lukey seconds.
So at this time, I will now open the floor for debate and questions with regard to the motion, and only the motion. I remind members that the motion on the floor is to amend the bylaws and that you may only speak at this time to that particular motion and no other items. And once questions or debate is concluded, I will call for the question. So at this time, are there any questions with regards to the proposed bylaw changes? And we'll just give it another minute. And while we're waiting, I would like to share that, within these regions, we have a number of community groups and organizations that look to Cornerstone for contributions and help. And this year, we were able to support over 450 community groups throughout 2023 in each one of those 3 districts. And we look forward to providing those community groups and others with our organizational support in 2024. Any questions, Mr. Moderator?
There are no questions.
At this point, I will call for the question. Is there any, at this point, debate is concluded, and we'll be launching a poll for this particular vote for Cornerstone members to vote in favor or against the proposed new bylaws. So please remember that in this instance, you are voting in favor to approve the bylaws. This is different than the negative vote that we've been using for the prior motions this evening. It is important to note that you must be a member of Cornerstone Credit Union to participate. If you are a non-member, please do not vote if the poll pops up on your screen. If you are not prompted for the poll in this meeting itself, then click on the chat function up in the toolbar, and hopefully the poll will be found there. In order for the bylaw changes to be passed, we do require a 3/4 vote in favor. Please share the poll. So while we are waiting for the poll to take place and for the results to come in, we focused, both Doug and I, a little bit on our Cornerstone crew in our comments this evening. And part of that is ensuring that our employees are knowledgeable and skilled to be able to serve you, the members. So this past year in 2023, our employees spent 6,984 hours on learning and development. It allows the employees to focus on skills and capabilities that help them reach their highest potential, which in turn is allowing them to best service you, the members. That's an incredible feat. And I'm so grateful that our employees value learning, education, and the realization that it's what is needed to best serve you, the members. And I see the poll is still open. So one of the things that our credit union crew has used their knowledge to do is to step out and offer a financial literacy program to empower students with essential financial life skills. The many facets of money is something that we are all have to deal with, especially teenagers as they first look for their first vehicle or they're getting ready to save for post-secondary education. So the Cornerstone crew has an aim of bringing financial literacy into the classrooms in a fun, interactive way with activities, real life scenarios, and a passion for finance. So if someone in your community you think would benefit from this program, please reach out to your local Cornerstone crew and they will get you in touch with the financial literacy program, and they can bring that exciting financial knowledge to the students in your community. The poll is officially closed. I'll ask for the results here shortly. So while we're waiting for the results to generate, again, the poll is closed. So on top of working with community groups and students, Project Cornerstone is something that we've been incredibly proud of here at Cornerstone. And since its inception in 2006, we've awarded $551,000 to 46 community projects across our region. And that program application is open as of now for 2024. The deadline to apply is June 30th. So if an organization or a community project in your area is looking for some funding, please submit an application. June 30th is the deadline. Here at Cornerstone, we really enjoy looking at everyone's applications and sharing some of our profits and giving back to our community.
Madam Chairperson, I've posted the results in the Q&A section.
Okay, thank you. So the results, we have 96% in favor, 4% opposed. The motion is carried. At this time, we will be looking at general questions and any other business. So at this time, if you do have a general question with regards to Cornerstone or our operations, this is your opportunity. And we will make sure that your question can be answered. Mr. Moderator, have there been any deferred questions?
I have one member, Lauren Tarasoff, has his hand up. I don't know if that means that he might have a question.
Okay, well, Mr. Tarasoff, if you could type your question into the Q&A, or would you like to be unmuted?
Lauren has been unmuted.
So Lauren,
No
our moderator,
question.
has no question?
No question.
Well, you gave us a little bit of excitement for an annual meeting.
Okay, but sorry, bye.
No, thanks, Lauren. So again, any questions can be typed into the question and answer. And we'll just give it another minute or two. Either myself or Doug is more than willing to address your questions. And while we're waiting, we'll just share that, as credit union members, you can access up to 5,225 ding-free ATMs across the country. I know many of our member credit unions are observing us tonight, and they're very much a part of that network. It is a network that is bigger than most of the banks, and it is surcharge free. So please don't be afraid to go out, use credit union ATMs. They are ding free. It is a huge network, 5,225 ATMs across the country. Mr. Moderator, any further questions?
I don't see any other questions.
And is there any other business that needs to come before this meeting? Mr. Moderator, anything?
No, there is nothing further, Madam Chair.
All right, hearing none. If you do have questions, there are emails to contact the board or the CEO available on the Cornerstone website. You may also use the member feedback email that we posted at the beginning of tonight's meeting. The board and executive management are available anytime to answer any questions that you might have. So on behalf of Cornerstone Credit Union, I would like to thank each of you for joining us here today. I'll now call for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Cassidy Saskowski makes the motion to adjourn.
Anyone opposed?
There are none opposed.
Motion's carried. That concludes our 16th annual general meeting here at Cornerstone Credit Union. Thank you all for joining us and have a great evening.